In terms of terminology and understanding, like in some parts of myself, I really entertain the idea of vibration and vortex, but in a very different way. I understand that we don't always see that which is really there. Sometimes we're looking for our glasses on top of our head. And some of the things, as I heard you say many times before, we're walking right past the stuff. And so that I resonate with. And I also understand.
Most people miss more than they connect with, especially in the early stages. Absolutely. Their awareness of what's missing is so dominant.
Me especially. I've noticed that about myself, at least in the past. So I know that we are creating our life out of our ideas. And when we're thinking about our life, we're really thinking about the satisfaction we have with the decisions we've made and the thoughts that we've thought. And I understand the thoughts that we've thought have all brought us here, and the thoughts that we're thinking now are taking us where we are going. And I also understand
that we really like your words, and they're almost perfect words, but we want to smooth that just a little bit. We want you to feel more power in the now, because what you're living now isn't about what you've done before. Of course, what you're doing now is logical because of what you've done before. It's not likely that you're going to do something different now than what you've been doing. In other words, because you have habits of thought. But it is your now point of attraction that now you can modify. And by caring about how you feel, it's more probable that you will. That distinction matters. I'm not now living the results of what I've been doing. I'm living the results of what I am doing. But I am doing it logically because I've been doing it. Sure. But I don't have to do now what I've been doing. Right. If my desire to feel good is strong enough, I can rise above what I've been doing and do something different. Did you hear that?
So I also understand that we don't really see the world as it is. We see it as we are. So if we are running around angry, we see a hostile world. And if we are running around in a state of well-being, then we witness that as well.
So you train your perception to translate the world.
I'd say that's a pretty good way.
Say that's a perfect way of saying it. And we liked your way too. We liked your way too, but you're training your ability to perceive. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So I understand, through using your processes, I have been able to, from my vantage point, been able to use them equally, which of all the people I've ever listened to, it's been the most consistent and my most favored ones, even though I can't see a vibration, I can't see a vortex. I just know that if I can make self-fulfilling prophecies, with my beliefs. And so I understand that if I have to allow in my inner world or my mind, my awareness, whatever we want to call it, that possibility to take place, or else I will push it away because I can see that in my past life. Now, bringing this, into the present is where I would like some clarity. I can see the process is working. And last time I've seen, because I've been in this hot seat twice before, you said that it wasn't happening fast enough. And that's kind of still the same thing, today. But the thing is that I was in this relationship with this girl, and I guess I still am in a certain way. And I'm absolutely, in love with this girl. And she would like to have kind of like an open relationship. And I pretty much scorched that bridge about a week ago, if we're looking at the laws of logic here in language. But the thing is that I want to have that state. I really honestly don't care if it's her. I'm more in love with the idea of what I was having there and the idea that I had in my mind. I just want to attach that to the other end of it. But the thing is I'm having a hard time, and I think that I really would like help. I don't know, maybe you have another process that you think would benefit me as well, but I think that the focus wheel, because I've had people try to help me with a focus wheel, and for some reason there's a disconnect in understanding. They seem to be so happy, they don't seem to understand that in order to transmit the information, that I need to understand it. In other words, be relayed to me in a way that is relevant. I believe that this can happen here and now, because in so many ways you've already been able to help me. And so I have a high expectation that you'll be able to relay it to me in a way that is meaningful.
Well, we have the same high expectation because you're clear about what you're reaching for. You are a little more aware of what is than is good for you, but then that's logical, isn't it? It's logical that you would be aware of how things are while you're wanting them to morph into something different. So let's start with the process of the focus wheel. The focus wheel is a process where you start with a central idea, something that you desire, and you focus upon it. Usually, when you're doing a focus wheel, you don't have a steady habit of feeling that way. In other words, when you're doing a focus wheel, there's usually something that you're trying to bring into focus so that it will be to a greater advantage. In other words, a focus wheel is a way to improve your point of attraction. And everything we're talking about here today is that, isn't it? My point of attraction, what I'm letting in. So we're going to do a focus wheel in order for you to, at least during the time of this conversation, let in, which is to say, no longer keep out. Because if you're not keeping it out, you're letting it in. If you're not holding the cork under the water, it will bob back to the surface. So the focus wheel is to accomplish a relief in your resistance through focusing, feeling. That's a focus wheel is really about finding the feeling.
Okay.
So in the center of the focus wheel, we're going to make statements all around the edge of it. But in the center of it is really what you're going for. It's what you're wishing for. It's what you're desiring. So make that statement, which is the subject of this focus wheel, and make the statement as if it is already true.
Okay.
Lester wrote focus wheels this morning, getting ready to come here because it's a fast way. She wrote, I am happy.
Okay.
I am happy. Well, it was really easy for her to fill that in because she is happy. Make your statement of desire, and it can be as specific.
Okay. I mean, I have a few things, because I think I have a few.
Talk about this thing that you pointed at here. I make your statement. I am.
Are we talking about the out of the vortex statement first? Because that's the way it said in the book.
No.
You start with the out, and then you go to the end, the set.
Well, you already did the out part.
Okay.
Now we're to the point where we're going to make the statement of desire in a succinct, clear sentence.
That is hard to do because
I want a relationship with this person.
I want to be in love.
All right. So say, I'm in love.
I'm in
love. I'm in love. Because you see, I want to be in love is focus on, as we were talking earlier, the healing. I am in love.
Okay.
And you said as much as that to us a minute ago. I'm in love with the idea of being in love. I am in love.
And maybe we could put this on the outside. I kind of feel like that I really am, but it's a matter of...
Don't talk yourself out of this.
Okay.
I'm in love. That's the statement. So now, the point of the focus wheel, the whole value of the focus wheel is to start focusing on ideas and statements that don't contradict that. So you're not trying to talk yourself into being in love because the statement said, I'm in love. In other words, I'm in love. So now you want to write something and just pay attention to the way it feels to know if you nailed it, which means you usually want to be general. You could even change the subject of whether it's a person or just in love with life. In other words, so just make statements that don't contradict that. That really is the process. Make a statement that doesn't contradict the central point, I am in love.
I like rhetoric. It doesn't contradict, and that's where I'm having the trouble. Yeah.
Okay, say it again.
I like rhetoric.
All right, I like conversation.
I like argument, persuasion, influence. I like feeling good and helping people out and getting them to believe in themselves.
But you see, you're getting too far down the road in all of these statements, you're activating a whole lot of things, but it's adding a little bit of confusion to the process and maybe even introducing more than needs to be, which might be giving you a little bit of a bumpy ride because all of that's true, but in relationship to this statement, there are bumps in it. So we're looking for bump-free statements. Just bump-free statements. And it's about making the statement and feeling if it sits. The way we used to tell this story is it's like the merry-go-round in the playground that if it's moving too fast and you try to get on it, flings you off in the bushes. So we're going to slow it down enough that you can get on it, and then it'll speed up with you on it.
I like how much fun I have whenever I'm with this person or when I think about the...
Right, now you're hitting this too head-on. That's all right. You're hitting it too head-on. You're trying to make too much happen too fast. Because the state...
This is where I'm getting sidetracked.
We know, we're guiding you, and you'll get this.
Okay.
I'm in love. I like fun. Now, I like fun. You do like fun. And if you focus on how much you like fun, it doesn't contradict with I am in love. Doesn't contradict at all. Seems so far off the subject that it doesn't interest you.
Yeah,
but
that's irrelevant.
That's the most important thing that you've said to us, because everything that is relevant, you've already put into the vortex. When you try to apply relevance here, now, here, now, here, now, you pick up messy stuff. You don't need to. This isn't the time to pick up relevant conversations. This is a time relevant only in the terms of how they feel, not relevant in terms of what they make happen, not relevant in terms even of the actual subject matter. Vibrationally relevant. You helped us to say something that we've never said before. Vibrational relevance is what you're looking for. Period. Only vibrational relevance. So love is to fun as fun is to love. Love is to fun as clarity is to fun and to love. Love and fun and clarity and rhetoric are all to each other as they are to each other. In other words, vibrationally relevant. Do you feel the solid footing that you're accomplishing? So I am in love, and I am fun, and I am clarity, I am clear, and I adore rhetoric, I adore conversation. So no bumps in any of this. What else? I am gregarious, I am fun-loving, I'm a good communicator.
I like receiving love.
I like the give and take of conversation. I like the give and take of beingness. I love focusing. I love focusing and feeling. I love feasting my eyes on someone or something I love. I love the feeling of love. The other day, we were talking to groups for a while about unconditional love. And to many of them, it's like blah, blah, blah. You've been hearing it forever, blah, blah, blah. Unconditional love feels like looking at something you don't want, pretending that you like it. Well, that's not what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is what this focus wheel will accomplish for you. Unconditional love is finding the vibration of love without needing conditions to support it, or without needing conditions to change in order to feel it. So I love to be in love. I love to be in love, and I love fun, and I love conversation, and I love clarity, and I love communication, and I love objects of attention to appreciate. So we were having a conversation like this with Esther, and she was sitting on her porch looking out over her swimming pool, feeling enormous, over-the-top appreciation for all of the things that she was seeing. And then she said, Abraham, I'm confused about this because it feels to me that those beautiful cranes, the statues, are a condition that are causing me to feel this appreciation. This swimming pool, it's unique and wonderful. Isn't it a condition that is causing me to feel this way? And we said, think about it, Esther. You were feeling that way before you focused and felt the surge of it. In other words, Esther was in a state of appreciation, which means she was connected with all of us from non-physical, and then she received the inspiration to look over there and to look over there, and she felt an enhanced version of appreciation because we were all there looking at it with her. And in that moment, Esther got what we said. This was unconditional love. The perception, her ability to love, was magnified thousands of times because she was in sync with us, and we were focused with her, as we always are with you, in every moment in time. But Esther found, sort of accidentally, a way of allowing the fullness of us. And then our conversation, she had to admit, yeah, I was feeling appreciation, and then I was feeling appreciation, and then. So I'm in love, and I'm also fun. I'm in love, and I'm also clear-minded. I'm in love. I am in love. I love to be in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I love to love. I love syncing up with Source. What else? What else can we put around that? I love fun. I love clarity. I love rhetoric. I love conversation.
I love taking trips.
I love taking trips. Now, see, this is really good because you stopped trying to make something happen with this. You got into the feeling of, I love freedom. I love the freedom of being. I love inspiration. I love being in the moment. I love the feeling of being in the moment. I like being footloose. So's your girlfriend. She's not looking for freedom from you. She's looking for freedom from bondage. She's just not wanting to get bogged down. Now, we've kind of digressed a little bit as we've got you to think about that, but
I think we're right on track.
I'm in love, and I love fun, and I love clarity, and I love conversation. I love travel. I love stimulation of thought. I love going places. I love new. I love adventure. I love new experiences. I love new awakenings. I love new contrast. I love launching new rockets of desire. I love becoming. I love understanding. I love knowing. I love applying. I love getting this down. I love being a deliberate creator. I love creating. I love molding. I love the feeling of molding my energy. I love emotion. I love the feeling of love.